Junior on the ground, got the bed on the ground. Junior over here asleep, just comfortable. He ain't gonna see none of this.
Guys, guess what? He complimented my baby fat today. I was like, oh, he really do fuck with Stink. We gotta be quiet.
Her baby fat is cute.
It's, I look good. I'm not fat or anything like that, but I'm feeling good.
Good. That's what it's all about. I'm feeling, whatever. I gotta get back in my working out. I've been eating all that junk food and shit. I feel shitty.
I don't get him. He eats the junk food, the honey buns and shit. Then right after he eats it, he's like, I don't know why I did that. Like, bruh, you knew
I'm done with honey buns. I ate that last honey bun. That shit was trash.
You ate my last honey bun?
Yeah. I'm done with the honey buns. But what's up, y'all? We're back with another video. And in today's video, we wanted to talk about if whether or not having a child affects our relationship. Now, granted, we haven't had a child all but, 11 days?
Oh, wow. It's 11. Wow,
11
the
days,
time is
right?
going by fast.
Time is going by fast. Before we know it, this little boy is going to be a month old, and then he's going to be 2 months old, and then next thing you know, he's going to be a year old. But, yeah, I just want to know, we wanted to talk about whether or not that's been a thing. And I feel like it'll be a relatable topic.
Yep.
And it's my bad.
Oh, no, you're good.
I feel like it will be a relatable topic, and it's also going to be a topic that I feel like we should give you guys an update on as he gets older, because just like I said, he's only been here for 11 days, so maybe it's a little too early to determine whether or not. I don't think we're the type of people, though, that will elect. I said that will elect. Stupid shit. We ain't the type of people that I feel like will let a blessing like him affect our dealings. You know what I'm saying?
Our dealings, huh?
Yeah, our relationship dealings. But I really feel like we should revisit this topic maybe a year or two from now to see how things are going. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, I feel like now actually sets the tone, because now is what they say is like the hardest part.
Yeah.
I would say hard because it's like you're adjusting and you're trying to figure out, oh, that's the first time you
I want me some punani.
Look at your arm, it's all buff. Like we've had our little arguments in the past 11 days since Junior's been here.
Yeah, we got in a tussle, y'all. We got in a tussle. I'm not proud of it. She did hit me with a broom, though. I'm exposing you.
Exposed, yeah.
But,
that's another thing.
Yeah, like I'm not, every healthy relationship, you're gonna have some tussles. You're gonna have some arguments, some back and forths. But I really feel like it should always revert back to why you guys fell in love with each other in the first place. You know what I'm saying?
And honestly, that's the thing. Like, I feel like I'm not as emotional as, like, the average woman. Like, they say after giving birth, your hormones, like, are crazy. And me personally, I feel like mine haven't been too crazy, but I do feel like in some instances I have been kind of, like, snappy or irritable, but I feel like I've had it under control. But, our little incident the other day, I was snappy. Like, he would say something, instead of being the bigger person, I would snap back and I wanted all the smoke. So, I feel like a lot of reasons why people, like, have issues in their relationship after the baby gets here is, I feel like, a lack of communication and lack of compassion, like understanding the other person. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like if we wanted to, we could easily get to that point where we're like, we're letting it affect our relationship, but we communicate with each other and we try to find solutions and stuff. So yeah, we haven't been letting it affect our relationship. For example, like with Junior, trying to get used to his sleeping schedule or his schedule with how he does things. Like, we could be very cranky and irritable for our sleeping schedules. They just started getting kind of regular because we've, like, developed a routine, like, where he sleeps through the night on my chest and stuff like that. He won't sleep in his bassinet. He gotta sleep.
Yeah, we gotta get that shit out of here, y'all. Like, I'm just gonna tell you guys not to like be off topic, but some babies, you gotta work with your baby. You gotta figure out what she likes and doesn't like, because like the doctor, whoever is gonna give you advice about your baby, it can be your mom, it can be your sister, whoever that may be. They gonna tell you, oh, you want to put your bassinet by the bed and this and that, but he may not like it. You know, we put him in that bassinet all but 2 minutes and he'll start crying. It's like, okay, so this shit's literally become decoration at this point. We got clothes hung up on it and stuff.
That's funny because before we had him, I said that we're gonna keep it by the bed. He just
Right.
gonna stay in the bed, and so he just lays on my chest and stuff. But no, at first it was a little challenging. I know it's only been 11 days, but I feel like we're doing good for 11. We've learned so much just in 11 days.
Right.
But at first, we also have to remember that we don't know this little boy. We're still
Yeah.
getting to know him, and he doesn't really know us. So when he first got here, we had to like still have to figure out what he likes, what he doesn't like, his sleeping schedule, when he's up, when he wants to be fed, when he wants to sleep, whatever the case may be. And so at first we were just free balling it.
Right.
Whenever he would be up or whatever the case may be, we would just be waking up. Sometimes he would be tired, I would be tired, and that could even cause you to be
Yeah, that can cause you to be.
that could cause an argument.
Oh yeah.
Or when you
I was just about to say as well, like it's been a change too, because like we got this bed that we took from our last apartment. We kind of finessed him out of this bed, so it's nothing but like a full size, which was perfect for me and her. You know what I'm saying? You know, we're coming from humble beginnings. We're gonna get that big king size one day. You know what I'm saying? I want that queen size, but for now we working with what we have. So
right.
being that he doesn't sleep in his bassinet, we have him sleep in the bed with us. Now, before you guys said, "Oh, that's not cool," we ain't gonna smother our baby. You know what I'm saying? But one thing I've done, I've sacrificed, and she sacrificed at specific times, is like just so that it's not too crowded and we give him space. I'll sleep on the floor. Like I'll sleep on the floor right next to the bed that they both sleep in. And when he starts to cry and she's asleep, because I know how much he loves her sleep, I'll wake up and maybe put the pacifier in his mouth or take him downstairs on a little walk, and vice versa. I
Yeah.
wouldn't say he has changed our relationship. I just feel like, as with anybody who is in a relationship, who recently had a child, and even as the child grows, you guys are going to have disagreements about certain things.
Yeah.
I feel like that's been our case a lot. Like, just disagreements. Like the most recent one we had was like, I kind of felt like she was not trying to be better than me, but kind of like undermining some of the things I was doing when it came to him. Like it could be something simple. It can be like, not her for instance, but solid foods versus milk. Like the dad may be like, he may think, oh, it's time for this boy to start eating food. He may give him like something like some applesauce or something like that. Whereas you may be like, I didn't want him to be on solid foods yet. You know what I'm saying? I wanted him to like drink milk. You know what I'm saying? I want him to sleep in a bassinet. I want him to sleep on the bed or on my chest. I think you should feed him breast milk. I think we should continue to feed him Similac, or
That's a hard one.
you know what I'm saying?
The breast milk, because he said something last night and I got offended.
Yeah.
He like, I've been pumping, but I try to pump every day, but I've been slacking. But I usually pump when my boobs are engorged, because I feel like when they're engorged and they're sore and stuff, I'm like, okay, the milk is coming. But so I know the milk is there, so I'm like, I'll pump. So I haven't done it in a few days, you know. Thank you. You're a sweetie pie. So last night Junior was screaming to the top of his lungs because he is greedy, and so and you know, babies, like, they don't know, like, when their bottle is coming, his bottle is coming. The only thing is that microwave is hella strong, and I warmed it up for too long, which it was only like 20 seconds, but it got like hot. So in the meantime, he was screaming to the top of his lungs
Man.
And so his dad was like, "You need to pull that titty out." I was like, who are you talking to? Like, it doesn't work that way. And me personally, I feel like breastfeeding isn't even effective. Like, the amount, he's greedy, and the amount of milk that my boobs are producing, like, even if I do breastfeed, it's not coming out fast enough for him. Like, so I would rather just pump and then give him the bottle, later. So when he said that, I'm like, nigga, do you know what I have to go through to get
I was just saying that, like, I wasn't trying to come off as insensitive. I was just saying, like, shit, until his bottle cools down, like, just put the nipple in his mouth and shut him up. You know what I'm saying? That's more or less where I was coming from. I wasn't, like, saying, like, demanding her whip out your titty and start feeding our son. But I was just like, hey, you do have another source, right? Another option until the bottle, warms. That's cool because, okay, he has the regular milk and then he has the natural milk. So to make him stop crying at the top of his lungs, you do have something right here that's natural that he can just suck on until, maybe I was speaking out of, I was out of pocket for that, but I just thought it was a good idea. You know what I'm saying? Because this boy was screaming at the top of his lungs, like,
literally.
And he's not a bad baby as in like the terms of him crying all day long. He only cries literally for like 1 or 3 reasons. He needs to be changed, he's hungry, or maybe he just needs a little attention, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, he is either sleeping or he's up with us. Up with us looking.
Up looking like his papa.
Right. But I was having a conversation with my mom the other day, and I was just telling her how, like, I think it's important. Like, we're not married yet. Like, we plan to get married, right? That's like the last thing I feel like we have to do in our relationship, because we've been together for a little while and we've known each other even longer.
I can't believe it. The time.
Yeah, time be going by fast, but.
And we're having our conceiving our next child next year.
No, we not.
Next year.
We'll see.
I'm getting it out of my system.
I was just having a conversation with my mom the other day, and I was telling her that I don't believe that any married couple, I'm just going to say married couple, or any couple for that matter that's been together for a little while that has a child, I don't feel like under the exception, or in the exception of, how you say that? Under the exception or in the exception?
Under the exception?
Under the exception of cheating, right?
Or with the exception?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Is it with the exception?
Yeah, with the exception, thank you, of someone cheating, right? I really don't feel like any relationship, like, I feel like every relationship can be fixed. I feel like once you cheat or be disloyal to your significant other, that's when things become very, very hard in a relationship. But with the exception of that, I feel like any relationship, if you guys start off the right way, if you guys are in love, because let's be 100, anyone who starts off a relationship, it's gonna feel like like a fairy tale in the beginning, right? But as you guys get to know each other as time progresses, then things start to get real. But with that exception, I feel like a relationship can always be fixed. And where I'm going with that is, I always said to myself that I always wanted a 2-parent household. And when I bring a child in this world, I would do anything that I could to make that relationship work, because I don't want to do the co-parenting shit. I don't want to do the multiple baby mama shit. None of that. You know what I'm saying? No. Like, I would prefer to have my wife, we be together, have all our kids together, and stay together until, man, these kids get as old as possible. And if we end up, I'm not gonna put that out there, but if we do separate, I would like for it to be, when these kids get way older or something like that, where it want to be matter by then,
sorry.
No, let me finish the thought real fast. But I said all that to say, even if we did, or having all these children did like affect our relationship, I wouldn't let it affect our relationship up to the point where we had to separate. Like, I would do everything. I don't care if I had to do counseling. I don't care if we had to do counseling, or we had to make some more sacrifices. If I had to give up certain things to keep my family, I would do whatever I had to do, just for the sake of my child. So this video is titled, "Does having a child affect our relationship?" Even if it did, I'm not going to ever let it affect our relationship up until the point where we have to split because I know what that comes with. I've seen that before. That really destroys kids. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true. Oh no, it was just something I was gonna say in response to something you had said, but it's not really too relevant.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say that even when when your parents are adults and they split, that still can affect people.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It gets nasty too. Like I've literally seen people destroy their whole family dynamic. But on the other end of the spectrum, you got a lot of people who hate each other that stay together for the sake of the kids, and that also destroys the family dynamic. I've seen that as well. So just like she said, it's very important to communicate. Like for instance, when we had gotten that tussle the other day, like it was kind of like a little spectacle. My sister was screaming at the top of her lungs, "What are you guys doing? All this and that." And by the way, I feel like that didn't come. Like she said, may have been a little, I'll say triggered. I don't feel like that came from her being triggered though. I just feel like that came from like, I think on my end it came from a few things built up. Cause I think that day she was just fussing, and it wasn't like she was fussing for like wrong things. I just feel like the time in which she was fussing wasn't the right time. I feel like it's a time and place for everything. And a whole bunch of family was over, and she was just like fussing, and I kind of felt like she was trying to intentionally embarrass me in front of the family.
Really?
And yeah, cause it's like, damn.
I hate when he says stuff on the camera that he didn't tell me that. He didn't tell me
Well,
that.
it only comes out because I really feel like when I'm talking on the camera, I'm like, I don't know why it's weird. It comes out on the camera. It's like I'm talking to people.
Oh, you a cameraman, huh?
Yeah, but
I'm sorry, I didn't.
yeah,
Aw.
she was doing things around the family that kind of made me feel embarrassed. Like, damn, why is she doing this in front of like the family? This is not the time or a place for her to be doing that. So she ended up saying something. I ended up responding, and shit hit the fan fast. But that was right after that happened. Because she had called my mom for some odd reason, y'all. She be trying to call my mom like my mom will give me a whooping or some shit.
She is.
No, she not.
He gets his act together when I call his mom. He don't be. Sometimes he'll be cussing me out, and I'll be like, "Okay, I'm finna call Mama Cox and put her on speaker," and he be getting his act together.
No, I don't.
And then sometimes when he's cussing me out, I'll be like, "Okay, I'm finna record it and show it to Mama Cox."
No, because you're the feds.
And then when I've turned on the camera, he don't be cussing and acting like that.
No, you're the feds.
No,
who's gonna do that, right? No, you're the feds.
So do you or do you not get your act together when
y'all.
When I call your mom.
So
exactly.
She had called my mom and told my mom what had happened. My mom came up in here, called herself trying to check me, and I told her exactly what happened because I don't have no type of reason to lie. I told her she put her hands on me, and I responded back.
I
right?
Put the broom on you.
Yeah, she hit me with the broom, and I responded back. Did I put my hands on her? No, but for the fellas out there, and I know it's a lot of women watching this, and you guys like this shit. You guys don't like no punk. Like, I know women out there. You women don't like no dude that's not assertive, a dude that just want to be pushed around by his woman. You guys expect for your man to be man. I would hope so.
I don't want to push you around either.
So I came up there and let her know who boss.
He attacked me.
No, I didn't attack her.
Like a bear.
I didn't, yeah, something like that. Like, don't be putting your hands on me.
Like a bear hug.
I didn't sock her. I didn't slap her. We don't do that over here. So I just want to put that out there now.
I'll go upside his head.
But right after the whole thing that had happened, after I got some space, I told her we needed to talk. And then when we finally did talk, I told her exactly. First of all, I started the conversation with saying this is not cool. We shouldn't be fighting in front of the family, and it's definitely not good for our little one. Remember that? No.
No, I do remember it. I do. Yeah. You just say that.
Whole thing I'm trying to say is we communicated what triggered her and what triggered me, and why it's not good, not only for our relationship, but why it's also not good for our newborn baby. And then we came to an agreement, right?
I thought he was gonna break up with me.
No, we ain't doing none of that shit. That's over.
The crazy thing is the argument wasn't even about anything that we did. It wasn't anything that we did bad. Like, we were doing our part. I was fussing about somebody else doing something.
She was fussing about just adapting to like living with other people. Like
much.
when for all of those who have had roommates, you guys know that every roommate, this boy's about to wake up soon, so we're gonna have to cut this,
You said get rid.
get rid.
He been asleep for like 3 hours. He better get up.
Let me get him real fast.
I didn't change like 3 shitty diapers today.
Right.
No, he's sleeping.
We
Hey.
he said.
What did he do?
He said. We live with other people, y'all. So everyone is not gonna be as clean or share the same cleanliness as you do. In this case, as she does, because she's a clean freak, as she should. So I didn't have a problem with what she said, and that's why I told my mom we had a conversation. I didn't have a problem. I never have a problem with what she says because 9 times out of 10, she's right and her feelings are valid. And I always try to make her feel like her feelings are valid before I give her my opinion. But I feel like there's a time and place for everything. Okay, at the specific time, at that time, it was the trash, and it was the other few things. And I feel like okay, she was valid, but I feel like there's one thing I hate. For those out there, have you guys ever has your parents or anybody ever told you don't ever check somebody, especially if it's family or somebody that you love in public or in front of other people? You wait until you guys get home and then you check them, right? I kind of feel like being that a whole bunch of family members was over and stuff, she didn't have to be fussing the way she did. That's why I got mad. Now, her feelings were valid about the trash needing to be taken out and people other than us having to clean up around here, but I just feel like that was the wrong time and place, and that's what set me off. You know what I'm saying?
Boob pads hanging out. Sorry, guys. They're good for like when your breast milk is leaking though. So
Yeah.
if you haven't, get some. I don't know how women be like, yeah, I was out in public and my shirt was soaked. I was like,
Titties be leaking.
right, okay, but yeah, no. To what you were saying, I feel so bad, guys. He didn't tell me this, so that he was embarrassed and that he felt like I shouldn't have done that in front of family. Well, he kind of touched on it a little bit, but I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to embarrass you. You were embarrassed. Aww. But
Yeah.
I did. I see. The crazy thing is, you know how people say there's a time and a place, and like you don't do that when company is over. The crazy thing is, I thought it was inappropriate to have 5 bags of trash out when company, like family,
Yeah.
came over. So I thought, in my head, I was like, okay, this is the right time to say that because that's unacceptable. Like families coming over. I even cleaned up before family came over.
Yeah.
So I don't play that the whole trash and family, because my mom, when we have like get-togethers at our place, which was rare, like a 4-leaf clover, but when we did, she made sure the place was like spotless, you know.
Yeah.
But
As it should be.
but you're right, there is a time and a place, and nobody wants to be like, it's like that concept, like how we say when we would go to family get-togethers and our parents would like tell the whole family, like,
I hated that.
yeah, Shania got suspended from school for
Right.
cussing out the teacher.
You know, EJ, his ass came home with 5 fucking F's the other day. Yeah, girl, I was ready to beat his ass. Like, wrong time and place.
Right.
Like, I didn't have a problem with her doing what she did, because we moved back here with family and we haven't paid the trash bill. So
There's a trash bill?
Yeah, you know how you pay the trash bill and they pick up the trash every Tuesday, right? Or whenever they pick it up. We haven't paid that shit because they be trying to finesse. So, you know, we be doing a little illegal dumping. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gonna get the trash up out of here. We can do what we have to do to make it work. So when the problem at hand, y'all, is I'm the only one that takes the trash out. Not that I have a problem with it, but when I don't take the trash out, the shit just piles up, right? And in this case, it was piled up in front of the door, and it just looked tacky. Like, you don't want people coming over to your house and it's like a whole garbage, like, freaking factory in front of your house. But just like I said, I didn't have a problem with the reason. I just had a problem with the timing. Like, you don't do that while everybody is over. I don't care if they see all this trash in front of the house. Shit, like, let's holler at me after they leave. You know what I'm saying?
The crazy thing is, I wasn't hollering at you. That's the thing. You just said, you had said, yeah, I can take it out. And I said, no, that's not the point. You shouldn't have to take it out.
Yeah, but you were saying that all in front of the family. Oh, he's pooping right now.
Poopy ass. We might have to cut.
Yeah. But, I mean, long story short,
Okay, yeah, I see
Yeah.
what you're saying. And then also that doesn't negate the fact that you still felt like, okay, they're not gonna do it, so I want you to be comfortable, so let me do it, you know?
Yeah.
So I get what you're saying.
I always tell her, y'all, what's the alternative? Like if you're like that's a good I'll say that's a good term I use all the time when in life. Like what's the alternative? Okay, it's other people that we're living in the house with. They don't want to take the garbage. So what's the alternative? If they don't want to take the garbage, I'm not gonna like even if you explain to people what they should be doing, that doesn't mean that they're gonna do it right then and there. You know what I'm saying? So the alternative is let me take the shit, because before I let my niece or my son or her or anybody else be disturbed by the garbage, I'll just take it myself. Why not? You know what I'm saying? That's the alternative. Instead of just waiting and getting mad and fussing because the people ain't moving fast as you would want them to move to clean up or to take the garbage. Like I'm willing to do whatever I have to do to make sure my family is comfortable for the time being. You know what I'm saying? But I don't really feel like having him has affected our relationship in the short amount of time he's been alive. I feel like if anything, it's made us closer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And thank you, and I appreciate you and everything that you do, and for being
Thanks.
so understanding and compassionate, and for like seeing things from multiple perspectives. I
That's right.
struggle with that sometimes, and I've improved. You're
Yeah,
welcome.
you have.
I've improved, but it's what do they excuse me, what do they call it? A late bloomer.
No, it's just like some people, like y'all, us being together, we taught each other so much. Like for instance, she just said before we cut the camera on that like she was surprised that like I'm more, I'll say more assertive and more communicative about expressing myself to my family. You know, for some odd reason, a lot of us we have a soft spot for our family. We don't want to hurt their feelings. And I used to have a soft spot for everybody, but now it's more or less my family. Like anybody on the street, I'll tell them right now. Like if you talking shit or honking at me crazy, like we gonna get down. You know, I'm more like I just communicate. I express myself more. I tell people off a lot more. I used to be the take the high road type of person where somebody said something to me, okay, I'm whatever, you know what I'm saying? But now I'm not afraid to tell a person how I feel right then and there and not give a F about how they feel, about
Right.
me telling them how I feel.
Right.
Putting myself before other people's emotions instead of the other way around. But I'm still working on that when it comes to the family. So but I've gotten better with it. So when it comes to my family, like I'll tell them certain shit, like take out the trash, like clean up. You know what I'm saying? But back in the day, I'll just be more like it'll be more of a passive approach. You know, throwing
Like-
shit. You know, like leaving the dishes there to pile up just to see how long it's gonna take before somebody else washes them. Like passive shit like that. And it all goes back to being communication. If you communicate in any way, shape, or form in life, and you work on that, y'all, you can never go wrong with that. I'm talking about as far as relationships. Communication will solve every problem you guys have.
Look at him.
Right. That bright. This light is kind of bright, so yeah,
Is that why he's
yeah, squinting and shit.
Look at him.
He's starting to get baby acne, y'all. I read about it. They say it disappears after a while, but I don't like how I look. I be ready to squeeze them little bumps out. But yeah.
Oh yeah, you.
But yeah, in a nutshell, y'all, communication, that's all it is. I feel like if we just keep communicating when we have a problem, and I still need to work on that too, because sometimes I be having, like, I be feeling some type of way and I don't communicate to her. So she starts to think other things, like what's going on. And it can all be solved with just becoming a better communicator. Everybody hates a bad communicator, especially in a relationship. That's like literally one of the biggest things on why people break up is just not being able to communicate one's feelings and emotions, especially us fellas out there. So I feel like that has helped us.
Before you move on to the next thought,
Go ahead.
well, I get what you're saying, but us women like have to understand like men communicate differently, women communicate differently, and we have to
Yeah,
learn to
that's true.
like just. It's not that you don't want to communicate; it's that maybe at that moment you don't want to. At that moment, you don't want to communicate, but you want to communicate later, or you just want to. He's like a thinker, so I think when stuff pops off and stuff, he has to like process it and think about it and stuff, and
Yeah.
you know, you can't be forceful, and I've learned that with him. Like, I can't take the approach like, what's going on? Tell me what's going on. Tell me why you're feeling this way. Like, sometimes it's just like men need their space.
Yeah. But even then, sometimes you have to communicate that. Like, hey,
True.
I'm not ready to talk right now, but I will be ready when I'm ready. Whenever that may be.
Communicate this.
Right. Yeah.
What are you over here doing?
But all in all, yeah, I mean, to cap off the video once again, I know I keep saying that, but we're just very happy that this boy is here and all the future ones to come. I know we're going to have a whole flock of boys. I don't think we'll have any girls. But I'm happy. She's happy. And whenever we are feeling some type of way, only thing we got to do is communicate.
Yeah, we're doing great. And
right.
him, look at him.
He's acting up. He's ready for his bottle. I'm probably gonna make him a bottle real fast.
He did. It has been a few hours.
It's time for him to eat. This little boy is greedy. He's hella greedy, like his dad.
And me too. He's gonna have an appetite. We be grubbing.
Yeah.
Look at him. Little boy. Oop.
He said that little head. Oh.
He do got it. He got a big head like his dad. But yeah, it is very It is very. It brings us to answer the question. It has brought us together.
Yeah.
You know, it's attractive seeing him be a daddy. He's a good daddy.
And thanks. You're a good mom. You know, and also it has brought everybody together.
True.
Like it's brought my sister be busting up in here every other second talking about give me my nephew. My mom asked me coming over here. My cousin Melissa, she was downstairs holding them. Like I'm telling you guys, man, having a support system like is very, very great when you can just hand the baby off. You don't gotta hand the baby off. You got people willing to take the baby off your hands for a little bit so that you can get some extra rest, so that you can go make yourself something to eat. Like that really helps. That takes a load off of your relationship. You know what I'm saying? So that's another way too that if you guys are going through it, make sure that you got that support system in because it will help. It will help. I'm telling you.
True.
Yeah.
That's very true. He be trying to eat. Does he be doing that? Oh, you don't really hold him like that.
Yeah, I hold him like this.
Oh, he be trying to suck on my face.
Yeah. All right, y'all. We catch you guys in the next one because he's cutting up. Boy, stop all that crying.
Look at him.
All right, y'all. Peace out.
Bye, guys.
Boy, what you crying about? Over there sucking them fingers. I'm about to get you a bottle right now.
His bottle's right there. I made him one.
Oh, for real?
I always make him bottles in advance.
Yeah, because he be chilling.
Because you never know when he's demanding. When he wants his bottle, he wants his bottle. So I don't even have time to be making it.
Right.
Look at him.
All right, we're going to give you your bottle.
He be acting desperate.
Right.
Like he ate.
Like we starving him or something.